In this series, I'll be covering how you can get a fresh 60 up to speed and ready to roll into Outlands when TBC launches with the least amount of time and effort involved. Naturally, this is aimed at people who haven't got a lot of time to do extensive prep work, have just returned to the game after a long break, people who have just boosted a new character 58 in pre-patch, or of course, those who are new to Classic entirely. I've broken the video into sections for the different methods we're going to cover that provide a few options depending on how much time you have to play, how much gold you have, and if you're interested in PvE or PvP. I've also consolidated all of the items, respective quests, and the drop locations into a spreadsheet with a link in the description, and timestamps are available for you to skip as needed. If you've got any recommendations for gear I've missed, throw a comment down below and help your fellow players out. Without further ado, let's get to it. First up, a quest that you can target for guaranteed rewards. There are two necks available, the Royal Seal of Eldrathas from a Diamol book quest and the Orb of Darkmoon obtained via 1,200 tickets. Safe to say, the DM neck is likely to be the easiest choice here. You can grab a surprisingly good offhand, the Spirit of Aquamentus, from completing the Legend of Zelda Lincoln quest line in Ungoro Crater, which is pretty cool if you haven't done it, so definitely check that out. There is a ring and trinket available to both factions via the Blackrock Depths Princess runs and the Upper Blackrock Spire General Dragasif quests. And I thought I'd include these just in case you run some of the dungeons coming up in the next section and manage to snag the Dreadmist items needed to hand in for a couple of epics. Next up are my recommended dungeons to target for the highest chance of getting worthwhile items. Strathbohm has 7 items up for grabs, DM has 5, Blackrock Depths and Charlemagne's have 4, Lower Blackrock Spire has 3, and Upper Blackrock Spire has 2. That's a pretty wide spread of item locations, so I would recommend targeting the quests from Blackrock Depths, Upper Blackrock Spire, and Diamol to increase your chance of getting multiple items at once. Though, if you have the time, Strat and Sholo provide great items too. This is subject to each server's population, culture, and of course your personal preference, but for the majority, Molten Core, ZG, BWL, and AQ20 are easily ran with pickup groups on a daily basis, or easily targeted from PUG discords for a day and time that suit you. Molten Core and BWL require attunements. Fortunately, both are easily completed and soloable for several classes. BWL alone has a massive list of potential drops with 16 items up for grabs, closely followed by ZG with 12 items, and in last place, Molten Core with 6. Due to how regularly ZG's raid lockout resets compared to Blackwing Lair, I recommend you run ZG on cooldown if possible to have 2 chances per week at 12 items, plus the random blues that drop could be useful and speed things up for you. The power level of BWL items cannot be underestimated though, so if you want a little more life from your items, that's the place to go to. Some players may be fortunate enough to return to the game with some gold in their bags or have helpful guildies and friends that can assist in picking up quick and easy gear from the auction house. 15 items in total can be bought from the auction house. 6 of these are greens with the Of Shadow Wrath affix, which might be tempting, but due to the overpriced nature of these items and the lack of well-balanced stats, I wouldn't recommend unless you're absolutely desperate. The Bloodvine set is an excellent choice for stats. The set bonus and the hit percent you get will help you get into more pugs if that's the way you want to go. The Fellcloth gloves, shoulders, and the Flare Core leggings might be a cheaper alternative to consider. There are also 2 rings that are likely to be overpriced but worth noting nonetheless, the Underworld Band and Maiden's Circle. And last up is the Rod of the Ogre Magi. Available from DM tribute runs, this could either be bought from someone selling the loot, or of course you could save yourself a pretty penny and run to the instance with a group. And last, but by no means least, is the gear from PvP. With the changes to the honor system coming up in TBC Classic pre-patch, this is likely going to be a popular method of gearing up. Pre-patch removes the rank requirement from the PvP items and instead introduces the honor point and battleground marks to purchase PvP gear. At this time, we don't have 100% confirmed costs for these as they're not available from vendors in the TBC beta, but historically these have been very easy to obtain compared to their rank requirement versions, so holding off is your best bet for now. But if you're still interested to give it a try before pre-patch, at rank 7 you get blue gloves and boots, rank 8 blue chest and legs, rank 10 blue head and shoulders. From this point on, you get epic item upgrades at rank 12 for your gloves, legs and boots, and then 3 more upgrades for your head, shoulders and chest at rank 13. And with that, we've reached the end of the video. Hopefully this has helped identify what is best for you to gear up with the time that you have to play. I'll be covering all classes in this series, so subscribe to see more. Head over to Twitch to drop a follow and catch me live, and of course drop a like on the video, and I hope to see you next time.